What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and I'm going to bring you this Bitcoin update. We're going to take a look at some resistance and support areas, both in the larger time frame and in the smaller time frame. Going to take a look at what's going on. Is this the rally that everybody's thinking that we're going to new all-time highs, or is it just another dead cat bounce on our way down to further lows? We're going to be talking about it. We're going to look at our options there. I'm going to make this another quick video because, as most of you guys know, me and my wife, she had ordered her Bronco almost 3 years ago, and it's finally came in today. It is at the dealership, so we will be going to pick that up. But I wanted to make a quick video for you guys anyway. And if we get 1,000 likes on this video, I will do a live stream tonight. Maybe go over some alts or whatever. So make sure you scroll down, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share it, and it helps the algorithm out. Also, leave a comment down below. That helps a lot. Let me know if you like the shorter videos and then possibly live streams at night. But again, we need 1,000 likes to do the live stream. So anyways, as you guys know, from this 5 waves down over here, I was bearish. I called this top back in March. I think it was March 16th, somewhere in that area. You can look for the video. But we called this top here. I did not expect this to get back up this high, but it did make an ABC correction, which is an irregular correction, 535. Been looking for 5 waves down. Now that's where it's going to get confusing here. We're going to take a look at a few different possibilities of what could be going on. But even if, you sold this top, when we called the top, I called it to be around 64,000. So even if you sold up here, you are happy you did. So a lot of people don't understand that. Most of the other channels were, back over here, they were calling for at least 75,000, but definitely 100,000. Same thing back over here, guys. You need to be careful in these markets who you are following and listening to. Some of these guys that are claiming that they don't sell anything are buying Bugattis and Lamborghinis and mansions. If they're not selling anything, how are they buying that stuff, guys? Be careful. That's all I'm saying. So if we look at the RSI here, you can see we have this trend line. We are about up to it. And I've been talking about the 45.5 range for quite a while. That's the range we broke out of. We're going to go into that in a second. But as you guys know, this rising broadening wedge that nobody else talks about, we had this drawn in here, and we were watching for a break of 51.5. And I said if it broke, it would get ugly. Obviously, it broke and it got ugly. The thing is, if we zoom in here, we came back up right on this wick here and retested it perfectly. So we've already had our test of that. Right now, our 55 and 200 EMA are crossing here. We could rally up into that. We talked about the rally, and we're going to talk about that here in a few minutes. Whether this is going to be a 1, 2, and then a bigger 3, 4 down, or if it's going to be shorter like the Amazon bubble. The .com bubble, this is what Amazon did. This is what Bitcoin's doing. If we were to have this rally up like we had in the .com after the touch of the orange line here, that would get us up to about the 54.5 range, 54,500 range, possibly. As of right now, we are struggling with the 55 EMA on the weekly, and we'll take a closer look at the weekly chart here in a minute. But as you can tell, the bearish divergence here on this chart was the exact same as we're having now. Even the MACD is almost identical. So in the MACD right over here, where we are at now would be about right here. It got a little bounce right here. So that looks like what's going on now. I don't know. A lot of people are getting extremely bullish, which makes me think that maybe it won't go quite as high. But if it did, we talked about it yesterday, it could go as high as that 54.5 within the next week or two. If it plays out like the Amazon chart did over here. Now let's take a look at, this is the channel that we fell out of over here, right? 45.5, 45.6 range is the bottom of that channel. Could we be just going up for a retest because we never tested it over here? I will be entering shorts there with my stops just above, probably around 46, somewhere in that range. I'll let you guys know if I change that up. But if we look at this, we have this is the 4-hour chart, guys, and we have the 200 EMA right around the 47,000. So if we break that 45.5, then it is a good possibility we go to that 47,000 1,000 range, which also you can see on the VPVR, there's major resistance there from way back over here. So just keep those areas in mind. Like I said, I know people are getting extremely bullish. Hey, if you think it's going to all-time highs, have at it. I'm not here to tell anyone when to buy, when to sell, when to short, when to long. I'm here to tell you what I see in the markets, why I see it, and what I'm looking for. So what I expect is most likely rejection right back here. Now that rejection could just make another channel in between the 45.5 and 42.5 and bounce around in that area for a while. But if we take a good look at the RSI is resetting. You can see that the price action has not moved up nearly as high as this RSI. And if we drew a line from this high here to this high, obviously we're getting lower highs. And in the RSI, we are getting higher highs. That could go much higher. If we could break this high over here, which would be these highs in the RSI, but still be down in that 47,000 range and get rejection and come down. So I do see more downside, but we'll have to see how this RSI works. Like, let's say we get up to the 55.5 and get rejected, right? And the RSI moves down slow, price moves fast, or vice versa. That'll give us an idea of where it's going to bounce from there. So again, I'll keep you guys updated on what I'm seeing. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out Prime XBT. By far my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you. You can use my promo code SAVVY25. That will get you 25% off your trading fees. You can trade Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, tons of different assets on here. Definitely worth checking out if you haven't already. There's also some free trade contests that you can get free practice and free money just to, you know, practice and get your strategies down. Definitely check it out. I do have a tutorial on my page along with some other tutorials you might want to check out. But right here, Prime XBT tutorial, it teaches you how to adjust your margin, things like that. A lot of people get confused with it. It's actually a really simple calculation, and it shows you how to do it in this video. One more thing, let's go back over to right here. Oh yeah, there is a Prime link down below. Definitely check it out. So we zoom in here on this 4 hour. What we did, we broke that 55 EMA. We came back down, tested it as support, getting our bounce. So like I said, I'd be looking for possibly that 45.5 area. There's no reason it has to go there, but it makes sense. Could get even a little bit higher, 45.7 or whatever. But like I said, if it does blow through there, this 47,000 is going to be massive resistance. So keep an eye on that. Now we're going to look at the daily chart. Actually, this was supposed to be the weekly chart. Let me get that over. Sorry about that. So these are the weekly areas we're watching, and we talked about this for the last week or so. If we look at this trend line on the weekly, we are coming back up to test this. Now, we need to see where this weekly closes to get a much better idea. Now, this RSI can get above this, and we can have that rally like we did in the Amazon bubble up to maybe that 8. The 8 EMA on the weekly is about 48.1. The 13 and 21 are sitting about 49.9 to 50,000. And then we have up here at that 51.6 range. So we could get a spike up to there before coming down. So I'll be aware of that, but we'll be watching it on the weekly. But remember, this weekly closed below the 43.9. Now, like I said, it could rally up and then come back down this weekend. A close on the weekly before 43.9 is going to be very ugly. And then we can most likely definitely see these lower to mid $20,000 ranges. If you guys are interested in checking out my wife's webpage, this is it. Ink your image. There is a link down below. She has a crypto section, a pet section, all kinds of different stuff. Definitely check it out. A lot of quality stuff, guys. People have never gave me bad feedback on it. So this is the Dow Jones, as you can see over here in the daily, bearish divergence. And we've been watching this rising broadening wedge here, saying it's a possibly to come back, or we could possibly come all the way back up. And this is the 4 hour chart over here to that 37.2 range. Now, will we? It's not actually looking like it, but we'll see how the daily closes. It closes, or the 4 hour closes here, but it's looking like, I guess we're not getting any divergence there right now. We'll see how this plays out. But if it does break above that 37.1, now Bitcoin depends on traditional markets. I don't care what anybody says, it does. So that would, if it broke this 37.1s, possibly to go to that $40,000 range. I think it's most likely to come down here and at least retest this 34, I said dollars, I mean points, 34,000 points down to this level. If this bottom trend line breaks, we could be looking for around the 30 to 31,000 points for the Dow Jones. Now, if it was to break up this way, then Bitcoin might get one more rally to the upside. If it breaks down, then it's pretty much over for all the markets, in my opinion. The DXY has dropped. We still have our targets over here. I don't know why this one moved. As you guys know, I had said if we broke the 55 EMA, our next line of support, and I'll go ahead and put a target there. Right there should be pretty healthy report. The old resistance, it's actually going to be a little bit lower than that, somewhere down in the 94.5 range. It's falling pretty quick here, so we'll see what happens. I do expect a nice bounce, though. As you can see, if we extend this line here, you can see some hidden bearish divergence, or I'm sorry, hidden bullish divergence here on the daily. We'll have a higher low in the price action, lower low in the RSI. Should get a massive bounce. Gold heading back up to our golden pocket range. Remember, 1832. Expect a rejection there. It looks like it's going to form some bearish divergence in the RSI. We'll see how the day ends. There's still 4 hours left, so if that was the break, I'd be looking for about 1850, not much higher than. Silver, same thing. We're starting to head up towards that 0.5 fib again. That's at 23.44. If you'll notice, the 21 EMA here on the daily lines up with the, zoom in so you can see it, lines up with the 23.9, which is the golden pocket zone. So if we break through here, that would be our next resistance. But in the long term, I think we see much lower silver. Ethereum. So Ethereum's coming back up to test that 200 EMA, which lies around 34.80. Expect a rejection there. If it breaks through there, it could be going as high as the 55 EMA at about 38.29. But it does look like we are going to be showing some bearish divergence here on the RSI. Let me get that out of the way real quick. Our ultimate target here from this rising wedge here was about 1850. I still think that's a very good possibility. We see those ranges, but first we would have to break 25.5. I think it would be safe to say we're most likely going to see this 25.5 at least, but we'll see what happens. I will keep you updated. Litecoin is trying to break through the EMAs right now, but it is going to create some. We got 6 hours left. Looks like it's going to create some bearish divergence, actually hidden bearish divergence. And guys, if you understand hidden bearish divergence, that's a higher high in the RSI, lower high in the price action. Hidden divergence is the continuation of the trend. The trend is down. Let's see, that's the 21 EMA, about 142. I would expect a pretty good rejection there. If it's able to break above that and open and close a daily above that, our next point of resistance for Litecoin is around 159, and then we have the 200 EMA at 172. As you guys know, I'm looking for a retest of this bottom trend line, which is around 111. If that breaks, then I think everything's in the bear market we've been talking about, and we could see into the $20-some range. XRP looks like it is going to test. Let me get this out of here. Well, you can see same thing in XRP. Looks like it's going to create some bearish divergence, hidden bearish divergence. Now, we broke through this trend line. That is now resistance. That's around the 81 to somewhere in that range, 81.5 cents. And that is also the 21 EMA there. I expect a rejection there. If we don't, if we get above, our next point of rejection is going to be around 88 cents at the 55 EMA. And then we have 93 cents, almost 94 for the 200 EMA. But remember, the only time I would even think about getting bullish on this would be a break of this 113 range. And that would be a massive rally if it was to happen. Obviously, that would mean that Bitcoin is, making a run up too. But as you can see, the measured move of that is around 317, which still does not get to the old all-time high. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you tick that notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos, and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of the shorter videos, and if we can get 100 or I'm sorry, not 100, 1,000 likes by the end of the night here, I will come in and do a live stream tonight and add in some other alts. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great night. Trade safe. Always remember, unrealized profits are not profits, and protect your capital. Take it easy, guys. I'm out.